My name is Stephanie Sykora. I'm from Canada and I was a PhD student here at TMVC in Codes. The focus of my research was on a gold deposit in Papua New Guinea, and I was doing on an exploration side, looking at where the gold is sitting in within different structures and veins within the current open pit, and I was also looking at a geomet side and how they can extract and be more efficient with getting gold out of minerals that it's hosted in, like pyrite. So my research was supported by Newcrest Mining Limited, which is a partner of TMVC. When I finished with TMVC in early January 2017, I joined First Quantum Minerals as an exploration geologist. So I'm part of a global generative exploration team focusing in copper exploration, but I also have a research component in my career. So one of the things I enjoy most about my job is the amount of exposure and travel I get to do to different places in the world, not only different people but different terrains. I worked in the high Andes of Peru, into the tropical jungles of Papua New Guinea, and that's something that's really unique about my career in terms of an exploration geologist, is you get to go to the rocks and you get to go to the people who are there working with you. Worked up in North America, in Alaska, the Alaska Peninsula, in northern Canada. I've worked in Australia, in central Australia, and also along the coast, Southwest Pacific, and some of the islands there. And I've done work in Asia and Western and Eastern Europe, all with my job. So one of the things that sparked my initial interest in geology is a fascination with how the world around me is made. So I've always been interested in rocks as a kid, picking them up, but I've also been interested in how are mountains built, how is this formed. So geology allowed me to explore that and understand a bit more about the world we live in. So I did my undergraduate degree in Victoria, the University of Victoria in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. And some of the things that really sparked my interest when I was studying my undergrad was earth science, but also ocean science, atmospheric sciences, and planetary sciences. So I found out about the University of Tasmania, and what made me come down here to do my postgraduate degree was really the recommendation of my former co-workers and bosses at a major mineral exploration and mining company in Canada, which is Teck Resources. As a junior geologist, I was working with them and interested in studying more in geology, and specifically exploration geology, and they recommended a few schools in the world that really had a strong reputation and really good people to work with, and University of Tasmania was one of them. So the focus of my PhD research was understanding this gold deposit in Papua New Guinea. So being a part of the TMVC helped out immensely in this, in terms of getting to interact with not only other PhD students who are working on similar problems in mineral deposits and exploration, but also getting to rely on, knock on the door on, and ask all the really professional staff and all the people who are working here in more senior positions. So one of the things that made my time at TMVC and Codes most enjoyable was, well, first and most, it would be the people here, both the students who I was with and also some of my supervisors, who were all there to kind of really help out and make the experience really enjoyable, because it really is all about the people you're with, like first and foremost. I also really enjoyed the opportunities I got, such as short courses that were here at TMVC and Codes, and that relied on a bunch of international and national professionals from the industry, and also students here, where they're really quite technically strong, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to learn a lot about it while being here at TMVC and Codes. Another thing that really was a highlight of my time at TMVC and codes was the opportunity to go on field trips and conferences, both locally and internationally. Field trips such as going to the west and east coast of Tasmania, and also one field trip that I did had me going all the way to South America, where we got to look at some of the large ore deposits over in Chile and Peru. And then the opportunity to go to international conferences is always a treat, where you can finally present your research and hear about what other people are doing at the same time as you are. So at TMVC and Codes, there are some critical things that I don't think I could have gotten elsewhere, such as the critical mass of people who are quite unique experts in like a vast array of different disciplines in geology and earth science. So if you had a question that you weren't quite sure of, you can rely on someone in the department, someone who kind of knew more about it than you did, and everyone was always welcome and open to helping you learn and understand. So that was something very, very unique, and I appreciated a lot about my time at TMVC, as well as we have some of the state-of-art facilities, such as our laser ablation facility, which really helped me in my studies, such as looking at a gold deportment at my deposit. So my impressions on living and studying in Tasmania were just overwhelmingly positive. Tasmania is a place that I didn't know very much about coming from Canada, but instantly sort of fell in love with it. It's one of the highlights would be you can drive out of town half an hour and be out in the bush. So I really enjoyed going bushwalking and hiking around the area. I'd go fossicking for sapphires with friends, and it's a lovely place to sort of work and live in. And Hobart's it's a nice town, not too big, not too small. So I really enjoyed the atmosphere, both within Hobart, but definitely within the whole state of Tasmania. So my time at TMVC was pretty critical in terms of moving my career forward and getting the great job and opportunity that I have currently. So at TMVC and Codes, there's a really unique and special sort of collaboration with a lot of really international major companies. So having that sort of built-in connection, being able to interact with these people and present some of my work, be it informally or formally, I think really helped make those connections that I don't think I would have gotten elsewhere. So some of my advice to future students who might be considering doing their studies here at TMVC and Codes would be to just do a bit of homework and really think about what you want out of it. Or do you want to do a PhD, like a higher postgraduate degree, or do you want to just do a master's, or would it be just better to get a bit of training with some of the short courses that are offered? So for me, one of the most beneficial things was to actually talk to people I knew who have gone through a similar process, or talk to former students from a supervisor that you're interested in. So what were their thoughts about it? What would they like about it, what they did not like about it, and that can be one of the best things to get a feel about if this is right for you.